Sorta Ridiculous is sponsored in part by Drunken Cobra. Drunken Cobra is a diverse, inclusive neighborhood pub in East Tosa. It offers year-round weekly events like karaoke, music performances, and stand-up comedy. Drunken Cobra is located at 6818 West North Avenue. Drunken Cobra. Obey the snake.
You sound like a cat when you do that. There you go.
It's a cat snake.
It's a cat snake.
It's a cat snake. It's a Pokemon. It's called...
It says cat snake. Snake cat.
I drive a tiger iguana.
Hey, what are you looking at?
It's called
A Volkswagen tiger iguana.
Right, Volkswagen Tiger iguana. Hi.
All right, folks, what's going on? You guys ready for another episode of Sorta Ridiculous?
.com. No.
Smash the button. Smash the button. 2 times now, y'all. Cha-cha, real smooth. Do. Turn it out. All right, folks.
What are we turning out?
This party.
Oh, okay.
Oh, let's go. All right.
Sorry. I was going to say, traditionally, in the old days, turning something out means that you were forcing a woman into prostitution.
Is that what that means?
Yes. You might want to rethink.
Well, it's part of a line dance. So if you're trying to, if you can make someone turn into a, steer someone to prostitution with a line dance, then more power to you.
This is true. It must
They're
be a very
minor deity.
It's a line dance, and you're going to be more likely to get the steer to be prostituting
right.
yourself.
It's a very sexy line dance. I will say that.
Go to the street. Go to the street.
It's not the line dance. It's the lines in the
right.
Toot toot. Turn a trick. $40.
Run a train.
Oh, that's awful.
I know. We're going to hell. Clearly.
Right.
terrible past.
Right.
So if you guys want to direct that or trace that quote back to somebody, my name is Darrin.
My name is Darrin. That sounds like a rap song from the 80s.
They call me Darrin.
Yeah.
This is what I do. I host a radio show. How about you? Well, maybe if you do, it's not right now because that is my reality.
It's like every bad rap version, like as you had in commercials in the 80s.
Right.
My name is and I'm here to say
exactly.
every day.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's right. Yeah.
So
You know who I blame?
Who?
Blondie.
what?
With Blondie's first.
I blame Fruity Pebbles.
Well, not with Glam. So
You're talking about Rapture, where she does
Rapture, where
the
she
white
does
girl
that-
rap in the middle of it.
Blondie the band.
It's not very good, but it was the first time suburban America had heard.
Yeah,
anything
well, basically,
resembling
yeah,
hip-hop
it
or
was,
rap.
yeah, it was, and he was like, "Oh, Debbie
Fat
Harry's
Five Freddy had
right,
a hand in that, yeah.
right? Debbie Harry's rapping. Whoa, it must be acceptable now." And look, I love
Because she's so punk rock,
right. But I love me some Debbie Harry. Don't get me
yeah,
wrong.
no. She deserves her place in
yeah,
the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
But just the spider on the Mars and the guitars, the cars, and it's just like, oh my God, Debbie, shut up! Don't do that.
When I was 8 or 9 years old when it came out, I thought it was brilliant. So that's
right. But what year was it?
Yeah, when I was 8.
That's what
I was 8 or 9 years
right,
old.
That's
so
what I'm saying. Like
was,
back in 1943, it was probably really hip. See what I did there?
I see what you did there.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
It would have been terribly postmodern in 1943.
I know, right? They went like a.
How old is Debbie Harry anyway? My goodness.
All right, sorry,
She's been around for a while.
We're ruining your radio show. Please continue.
No, that's
This
all
is
right.
what happens when we don't have guests.
Yes.
We just feel
This
free
is-
to we don't have anybody.
This is what happens when you have co-hosts that are into ancient history.
and a couple of smart guys.
And there are a couple of old farts who
All
were
right.
like, I remember
So-
Debbie Harry. Sorry.
So with me as always are my co-hosts Misha.
Hi, everybody.
And Billy Ray.
Happy Thursday, River West.
Happy Thursday.
So I'm thinking about this whole what was her name?
Debbie Harry.
A Blondie. Yeah,
Yes,
a Blondie.
Blondie. Yeah.
So I'm gonna have you guys listen to something. You guys will totally hate it, but I loved it. It's sort of the same thing, but it was a T-Pain song featuring Taylor Swift. It was
What?
more of a promo. Yeah.
I'm on a boat.
It was
I'm on a
T-Pizzle,
boat.
T-Swizzle, do. Well, I'm a Swiftie. Regardless, I'm gonna have you guys
What?
listen to it afterwards.
I couldn't name any one song by her.
Oh,
I'm
you
not,
can't.
I'm
Oh,
not,
you don't
I'm not
have
proud that I just. I've gotten the age of, I'm just going to be into my own pop culture, and the rest of y'all have fun.
I've given up on most pop culture at this point.
Well, you're not missing anything.
Well,
I'm
I mean,
pretty
look, man. Like, there are certain parts of pop culture that I still strongly subscribe to. I love Star Wars.
Sure.
Okay, and I won't put Star Trek in that
Mainstream-
category because Trek doesn't have the same cachet as
I'm
Star
going
Wars.
to just say general mainstream science fiction.
Yeah.
And then I'll pick and choose within
Right.
that.
But
But
the
I'll
thing-
always be interested.
But, like, it's never, like, back in my day, it's never going to be, you know what, man? It's never going to be Empire Strikes Back again.
no.
You remember when we were kids and Empire came out and it was this big freaking deal and it was like, oh my god,
Blew our
Darth
tiny little
Vader,
minds. Yeah.
Pow! That's never going to happen again. We're never going to get a Darth Vader reveal like that again.
No,
Because I
sure.
think as a society we're too jaded.
Well, it's also a question of like, how is it? How are they going to be able to keep it from like the internet
Right.
and the fan
Therein
networks and
lies the rub. Yeah.
beforehand?
They tried that with Star Trek when they made Benedict Cumberbatch Khan, and that was
Bumbershoot Cumbersnatch.
Bumbershoot Cumbersnatch. Then they made him Khan, and that was a miserable failure.
They should have just admitted he was Khan in the
No.
first place
Oh, my
and then just
God.
run with it. Because trying to make it secret is like, dude, it's obvious.
It's
that
not.
you're
Khan.
making-
His name is John Smith. Oh my God! Seriously? Yeah.
Is that the one with the Chris Pine?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And the whole thing was at first they were like, "Oh, we're going to cast Benicio del Toro," and I was like, "They're doing Khan. I'll go see Benicio del Toro do Khan. That sounds awesome." And then Benicio del Toro passed. Like, "Oh, we'll get a from No Country for Old Men." Javier Bardem. Javier Bardem. I would watch Javier Bardem play Khan. That would be awesome too. And then he passed on. I'm like, "Ah." And then they got the guy who played the mayor of Tijuana from Weeds. And I was like, "Shmee, okay." And they passed and go, "Never mind, we've changed our minds. We've cast Benedict Bumbershoot
Boober poop.
Boober Poop Schnumberly Boop as our villain, John Smith." And I was like, okay, so they rewrote it, and it's a different character now. Nay, halfway through the movie, pasty Benedict Schmoopy Boop says, "My name is Khan," and it's like, you're not even Latino.
Oh, my
and
God.
By the way,
Khan isn't Latino.
No, he's Indian. He's Indian in the original. Sorry, we're yelling, and Darren's leaving. Darren's like, I got to.
We're rolling. He's
What is he doing?
I think we broke Darren.
I think we.
Wait. What's this?
Wait. No, this is my fault.
Oh, it's okay. But yeah, but I think the point was we're neither one of us are particularly attuned to pop culture.
Right. I think that's what we were arguing about.
We
yeah.
certainly have opinions of things that are several years old.
Yeah. So
I think this might be the last show. I don't know.
what? Yeah.
Okay, but welcome to Sort of Ridiculous.
Sorta
Here's
ridiculous.com.
something sort of ridiculous that happened. The host has just walked out the door.
Yeah.
But anyways, Taylor Swift. So she's dating a football player, and people think that's interesting.
I don't follow football. I follow water polo.
Oh, and so the Brewers. Speaking of sports, the Brewers are out of it, but they still want $700 million for
Oh.
assuming skyboxes.
Okay.
But yeah, I hope, and the domes are still about to get raised. Uh-oh. Did he find the sound effects thing?
Did you?
Yeah. Oh, we're all worried that this was like the last show. Like, no, you just
We thought you
displaced
just
your
walked
Diet
off. We thought you
Pepsi.
just walked off the air.
It's the first time you've ever done that in the middle of a thing. I think you had a good rant going, but then we worried that maybe
I thought-
we had gone too
I
far.
thought I had enough time to like to go get my drink.
You did. If you just said, "I'm going to get my drink,"
No, I wanted it to be seamless. But
Yeah, no, that's not what we
that
do.
became the opposite of.
And then the show came to a screeching halt. So, Darren, how was
this
your
is
week?
what happens. That's sort of ridiculous.
Yeah.
No. So my sister got married last week.
Mazel
Oh, I
tov.
saw the
That's
pictures.
very
Yes,
exciting.
yes.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Thanks to her, I've been able to dodge 2 bullets. I don't have to have any kids, and I don't have to get married.
Ah.
It's like the
Very
Matrix.
good.
Like, not that it's off the table or anything, but I'm just saying
The pressure is
it's
off.
Yeah, the pressure is so off. It is fantastic.
Way to go.
Yeah, and it was great. It was one of the few times I've gone to a wedding and I knew like more than 80% of the people.
Okay.
Naturally. Not that other weddings aren't fun or whatever. It's just this was obviously very.
In a lot of
special
weddings I
me.
go to, I'm part of this one table in the back of all like
Right.
the most fun weird people.
Right,
But
right,
it's
right,
still
right.
it's yeah. Let's see.
Did you end up running the Did you end up running
no.
the-
They
you
had
did?
someone else. Yo,
Oh, okay.
yeah, really good guy. Really good guy. I learned. Speaking of line dances, I learned a couple of line dances. Well, kind of learned a couple of line dances.
Did they involve prostitution?
Maybe at the end.
That's what they call the hook.
That's the hook. Yeah.
No, it was no. Dude, I swear they make line dances for everything. I know that before TikTok and all of that, there's obviously tons of line dances with songs that are only like regionally known and stuff like that. So with TikTok, everything is available all the time. But that also means that there's a bunch of crap too.
Yes.
So like, oh, this is the sucking glizzies challenge. The glizzy shuffle or whatever.
Who's Glizzy?
Glizzy is a hot dog, from what I hear.
I saw hand signals there.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
just
it
looked
was- it
like
was
you
just- it
were,
was
yeah.
yeah,
it's,
that's exactly what it looked like. It was just crazy.
two at once.
Like,
yeah,
video.
it's
Yeah. They were like, "Oh, thanks for the glizzies, thanks for the glizzies." I was like, "What the hell are you guys doing?" It's like, I'll have to show you guys, but it was insane. It's one of those like,
so they do like weddings and bachelorette parties, is what this sounds like.
oh no, it was just a meme video. It was just a meme. I was just saying like, maybe it was a one.
It's on the TikTok. You
Yeah,
heard of the
it-
TikTok?
I've heard of the TikTok.
or the crick crack,
The crick crack.
the crick crack. That's what it should be called.
Yeah, no kidding.
But speaking of like online craziness, so apparently Mr. Beast. Are you guys familiar with him at all?
no.
Okay, so apparently you know Mr. Beast, right? Yeah, so he does a bunch of crazy stuff with lots of money. So he thought that he would be
Now I have to Google it. Hang on.
so
Using the Google.
So he said that he would pay a guy $10,000 a day to live in or per week to live in a grocery store.
okay.
Okay.
Yes,
That's,
yes.
That's, okay.
And
On the
then-
surface, that sounds pretty good. You got your room and board.
And it was a
really?
random grocery store. Around a grocery store.
Now, does the grocery store know that he's living there?
He bought the grocery store.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's-
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay. So
then-
far, it seems okay. You know,
I'm gonna say
I'm not sure what's in it for Mr. Beast.
No. Well,
Okay, we're
obviously-
getting to that. I'm
yeah,
guessing.
we're getting to
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So he was like, haha, social experiment. Well, I think it's been like a month. The guy still hasn't left, and he doesn't look like he's going to be leaving anytime soon. And he's like, "This is going to send me to ruin." I just thought that was sort of ridiculous.
that is sort of
Not
ridiculous.
that-
Yeah, I mean, I would assume that I don't know what he would be. You know, there's obviously got to be a catch. You'd think for TikTok. I mean, just living in a grocery store.
I don't think it was just TikTok, but this dude, he has
Or
like
for-
crazy money to play with.
Apparently.
I'm gonna say, looking at his picture, Mr. Beast kind of looks like an incel. I mean, look at this dude.
Oh yeah, he looks like
no,
yeah.
I mean, he just doesn't look. It doesn't look good. It's, you know.
He
No,
looks like
like he
Elon
does-
Musk with better facial hair.
Oh my God. No, so apparently he does like a lot of these like social experiments and stuff like that. Like he even did like I believe like a Squid Game type competition or
Really?
something like that. Yeah, he does like a bunch of like experiments. And
I don't know.
competitions to
Stanford
throw-
Prison
to throw
Experiment or
money
get the
at
hell
people.
out. It's
Huh?
Stanford Prison Experiment or get the hell out. I mean, really, that's very famous psychological torture.
Okay.
Thing. So I mean, unless he's not gaining any ground. He's not doing anything.
The Stanford.
I'm not arguing pro Stanford prison experiment.
so
I'm just saying.
So let's tell the audience what the Stanford prison experiment was.
Please do.
Okay, so it was a psychological. I'm trying to remember. Okay,
Okay.
now you're making me say
So
details
what it was
here.
Well,
was
I want
that
some more ancient history.
the Stanford prison experiment was scientists from psychologists from UCLA were conducting an experiment where they had they bring subjects into a room with a two-way mirror, and on the other side of the mirror was a prisoner hooked up to.
Oh, is this the
electron-
shocking thing?
Yeah, but they weren't actually
right.
hooked up.
Right, yeah,
and,
yeah,
and
right,
They were
right.
faking it, but the idea was how far would the person who was pushing the button go before they stopped. But the thing was that
Answer is pretty far.
pretty far, because also there's a lot of ethics questions, because the psychologists were doing a lot of pressure and manipulation to get them to keep going. So some people argue that it actually wasn't a fair test because you weren't letting the subjects actually make the decision entirely on their own. You were like, the whole thing was that they were pressuring them and massaging them to get them to do it. But the thing was that were they like? Isn't that part of the experiment though?
Especially when
it
you
sounds
think
like
in more
just like
modern day when you have the
entertainment, like sick
pressures of
entertainment.
advertising and social media, which is a lot like somebody going, push the button.
Right,
the button.
but you're right. It
Push the
is sick
button.
entertainment, and the thing is that like in today's world, I'm really going to date myself with this by saying this, but like I could see Jackass doing something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, Jackass is almost quaint in
Well, that's why I was
compared to the
dating
things.
myself.
But that's
like,
that's why I'm saying this guy's like, I'm going to have a guy live in a grocery store. That
Right.
sounds great. I mean, the people that like
Right.
for
And I was thinking
$10,000 a week,
sustenance and
sure.
all of that. I was
Yeah.
like, you don't have people rarely leave their places now.
People would
Just
pay,
get
like-
food and
Right.
drink. I mean, people only leave
kind
their
of money.
places. Actually, you don't even have to do that to get.
I mean, yeah, is there a
Yeah.
liquor department in the grocery store?
Yes.
Is it-
Yes. That's the thing. Well, most grocery stores, not all grocery stores, but
Right,
most
right,
grocery
right.
stores have a liquor department.
Well, although I will say that I was really, it blew my mind once like seeing WalMarts and like in the city having alcohol sections, and I was like, wait, you guys
Where down
like
south?
no around here
Around
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Oh, sure.
Because
Oh,
I remember
I didn't know
because it
that.
was hard because it was like hard to like find.
Oh, yeah,
you
well,
know, use liquor
Walmart is
store,
like
liquor
the hell
store,
with it
liquor
at this
store.
point. They're just, they just don't care.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of, I went there today to like pick up like some upholstery like cleaner stuff, and I went to this lady. I was like, "Hey, I found this in the auto area, but I was wondering if you had a more general purpose one." She was like, "Oh, did you look in autos?" I was like, I got
I
this.
ju- I
from
just
autos."
said I found you.
Did you look at the vacuum flooring? I was like, "Yeah, I did." Did you go to papers and clean and chemicals? I was like, "No, I didn't." All right, well, yeah, you'll find it over there. I was like, "Okay, thank you." But I didn't even want to ask them where
Right,
it was.
no, because-
so the next person that I went to, I was like, "Hey, where's the chemicals and papers?" Like she's like, "Oh, you're gonna go down this way." And, and here's, you know how everybody says it's like the youngins that like, oh, we just don't care and all this other stuff.
Right,
It
right.
was the opposite. It was this older lady that was like, give me the poo poo whatever.
The bad attitude.
Yeah, the bad attitude.
the
And the
sassy.
youngin's like, oh yeah, just go down here. It's gonna be on your left. And I was like, thank you. And as I'm walking down and I'm getting close to it, I didn't realize that she was sitting behind me. She was like, oh yeah, it's down that aisle right there. I was like, thank you.
Well,
Thank
you know why
you.
that is.
Why?
Speaking as an old person now.
Mhm.
All right. If I was in my 50s,
Mm-hmm.
all right, and working at Walmart answering questions all day, like I'm already grouchy and I deal with a minimal amount of people in a lot of ways. Like I deal with teenagers, but like I'm already grouchy. If I had to work retail at that age and deal with people all day being like, hey, where do I find staplers? Well, did you check the office supply section? No, why would I do that? Or whatever.
Right.
Okay, I think that's where I got to jump in now because
Okay.
I am in my 50s.
Uh-huh.
I have worked retail well into my 40s. Unfortunately, I have dealt with the stupidity that people do, and that makes me realize if it's an older person about my age, that means it's a generation extra. So their opinion is going to just be like, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah,
But it's like no, I'm agreeing with you wholeheartedly.
yeah.
I am over it, and I don't
Yeah.
have to deal with that much stress at work. But it's sort of like
I worked
don't
retail
bother
into
me.
my mid-30s, and I was done when I finally got out.
Oh no,
'Cause
I feel you. When
like,
I was
yeah.
selling cell phones, I was not about it. But there's
Yeah.
but there's,
Retail
like,
on
my God,
Brady Street.
You were selling retail. You were selling phones when I first met you.
exactly.
You used to talk. Yeah, I remember you
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about it.
and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was interesting. But here's the thing: I get that you don't want to be there, whatever, and I know the type of people that you run into. But I would think that I'm at least remotely brightening your day, asking civilly.
True.
You know, like
Oh no, sure. That's you have
it
to
just-
try
it
to
just
meet
makes no
the
sense
energy,
to me.
but
Yeah.
You're also very outgoing, and you have a nice smile. So I'm pretty sure you like walked to me like, "Hi, I'm looking for this," and
and a twinkle in your eye.
right.
oh, though that's the sociopathy.
That's cataracts.
Yes. You see, everybody thinks that this is like all sunshine and rainbows, but it really comes from a dark place. I'm really a psychotic Sunday with that should be sprinkled in Adderall.
Wait, a psychotic Sunday like Sunday, like ice cream Sunday?
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm more of a sunless Saturday myself, but
Yeah, right. I was just like,
Well,
I
no,
thought
I'm
you're
sorry.
more of a, like
I'm
a
a-
Friday night guy. I would
I'm
say.
a psychotic Sunday. I'm a psychotic Sunday with completely nuts that should be sprinkled in Adderall. There we go. Oh, okay. I'll take that back.
Take
It
that.
worked. It works better in a bit. I need to work.
You
on
need.
that.
How's your Type 5 coming?
I think it's all right. I think it's all
Your
right.
Type 5's good.
Yes.
Okay,
I
excellent.
feel really comfortable. Which, by the way, Sorta Ridiculous is hosting its first comedy show.
What?
Tell us more about it, Darrin.
It's Saturday, October 21st, at a place that I host karaoke at as well. So,
I believe that's our sponsor.
our underwriter.
Our underwriter.
Yeah,
our
A sponsor would be an
Yeah.
advertisement,
Yeah,
and we
you're
don't
right. Sorry.
advertise
If you
on
guys
River West
listen,
Radio.
you guys know.
Okay.
So,
all right.
but yeah, so it's going to be pretty cool. You can find more information at sortaridiculous.com and on the YouTube and the social media.
You know what you should do for your website?
What's that?
You should have for more information, go to sortridiculous.com, and then you should give each subpage a really crazy name, so people remember. So if you want more information on my comedy shows at the Underwriters venue, go to sortridiculous.com slash waka waka sexy bottom. You know what I mean?
People will remember that.
Right.
Oh, that is
That's what I'm
funny.
saying.
Yeah, and I'm usually straightforward.
No,
with
man.
that,
No,
but
you
yeah,
got to get
don't
crazy
need
with it.
Sortaridiculous.com/waka waka waka.
Right, right, exactly.
Oh my God.
That's Waka with 1K.
That would be Woka.
No, Waka's
Waka's
W-A-K.
2 Ks,
Is it-
double K-A. Waka.
Oh, I thought it was W-A-K-K-A.
No,
Waka.
W-O 2 Ks and an A.
You know what?
Okay.
I think for all the current things that are about to happen, I'm gonna make it sortaridiculous.com/you should have been there.
No, because then
Or
people
you
are going to
should
think it's
come.
already happened.
Yeah.
You should come. That's what it is. You should come. Or
Wish you were here.
right. Wish you were here. Or it'd be www.sortridiculous.com/motorboating is fun.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then for the next puppet show, it'll be sortaridiculous.com/puppeting isn't fun without hand in a butt.
Right. Just hand and butts. That's all you got to say is hand and butts.
See, so the puppets I'm building for the opera later, I have no hands in butts.
No hands
there's
in.
no
Wait,
butts
what?
to be.
Oh, wait, are you doing that harness thing?
Yeah, I'm doing a harness thing
Dude,
again.
yeah, tell us more about that. I'm really excited.
Okay, so when we were doing the opera thing, we did the I don't want to say staged reading, but it's an opera. It's the concert reading thing behind podiums. Anyways, they're doing a full production this year at the end of the month, Milwaukee Opera Theater and of course Angry Young Men. And so they wanted us to bring puppets in because there's some AYM folks.
Because puppets are awesome.
Because puppets are awesome, and the zombies aren't singing, which might be a mistake, but. But anyways, so I'm building puppets, and instead of our usual kind of cutesy Muppet zombies, I'm doing these kind of rod puppets out of PVC, and they're lurchy and creepy,
Right.
and
They're kooky and they're crazy.
and and mysterious and ooky. Yeah, it's ooh, but they are they're
Kooky
coming
is
along
very-
anyways. So
Yeah.
I've got a big paper mache meeting after this.
Oh.
So when is the show?
Last week of October.
What's funny is your
into
voice just did the
November.
zombie thing.
October 28th.
I'm just trying to get puppets done. We haven't even started. I haven't started my part in the rehearsals
Oh
yet.
my
Don't ask me when
You
things
said
are
is
happening.
it the last how many shows?
I think it's
doing?
it's definitely the last weekend
Is it
in
Friday, Saturday, or
October.
Saturday, Sunday,
So that's the Thursday through the Sunday.
Okay,
and
the
then,
28th
then the next
is the
Thursday through the
Saturday.
Sunday. The 20th is that's gonna
No,
be
the 28th is the last Saturday.
okay. Well, then that's that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then the next Thursday, Friday, Saturday into November.
Ooh,
Right,
okay,
so even when
that's
Halloween's over, there's still Halloween to be had, and opera. It's based on what I heard last year, sitting like on stage, waving puppets around. It's a really good opera.
Yes, I got to catch it last year too. It was fun. I haven't seen too many operas. I've seen less than.
I've seen
5.
a couple. I've seen a couple modern operas. I haven't seen a lot of the fat lady with the horned helmet kind of
Wagner.
Wagner. But I mean, I haven't seen the classic. Okay, you're going to
Sure.
be sitting here for
Yeah.
5 hours.
Most operas aren't 5 hours. Only
Right.
like
Well, that's
2
just the
or
thing. You've got this impression,
Right.
and so what I've been working with
Ich bin
Milwaukee Opera Theater.
Berliner, Ich bin Berliner, Ich bin Berliner.
Or sorry.
Great. Now I want a jelly-filled donut.
right.
I I do. I really do. In my heart of hearts, want to make one of these zombies, like dress them up.
I would
as
love it. No,
Brunhilde.
you should totally do that. You should totally do that.
It depends. I'm gonna have to ask the powers that be. I'm just the builder.
You know what you should do for angry young men is who's the big bodysuit puppet you have?
Oh, that's June, but her face has currently been eaten off by my cats.
Cut to
All
do
the
that.
more-
Because,
all
not
the more
eaten so much as
apropos.
like the foam that was on the front there, like this foam that I use. I use this kind of clear stuff, not clear, but ones I could see through.
Yeah.
And they over the years they're like, "Ooh, that feels so nice with my claws running through." And so now her face is
Ripped up. Yeah.
And it was just like, oh my god, that's what's gonna happen if I die. That's
So
what
what
they're
you
gonna do
Oh,
to
yeah.
me. That's,
Regardless.
What you do is you get one of those Viking helmets for her.
Right.
And then, I would pay good money. to see that.
I have no face.
Right, yeah, I would pay good money to see that. I would laugh a lot.
Oh man. Oh yeah. So Misha, I wanted to hear more about your event last week.
Uh-oh.
What? It went well, didn't it?
It went well. It's
When you do the Krusty the Clown,
God. No, it went really well. Another radio station in town partnered with me on this event.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the.
I was listening to that. It was
Yeah,
nice.
thank you. It was the official debut of my collection. It's entitled "Thanks to Billy Ray." It's Not Easy Being Blue, which was it's a series of caricatures of local Milwaukee musicians that I've played with and know, and they're sort of done as like in a sort of Muppet-esque sort of style.
It's pretty
Right.
neat.
It's a cool treat. Man.
Probably even more so if you know who the musicians
Yeah,
are.
if you know who they are, they like it even better. And I didn't actually build the puppets; they're built in Blender, which is a 3D modeling program.
We talked about that last
We talked about. Oh, we did. Oh,
Yeah.
we did. Was
Oh.
I here?
Yeah.
Was I tuned out mentally?
Dominic with the illustrator.
That's right. We did talk
That
about
was
Blender.
only a week ago.
Yes.
Yes.
Look, it's been a long.
I understand.
It's been a long week.
trust me, brother. I
It's
understand.
Yeah.
this week has not been great for. So I like to say to the kids at work, it hasn't been a great week for Mr. Misha. Like, Mr. Misha's having a rough week. So it went pretty well. The other radio station may be doing something with the caricatures when they're done being exhibited at Amaranth Cafe at the end of the month.
Amaranth
Nice.
Cafe. Where is
Up
that?
on Lisbon,
It's
right
on
before
Lisbon.
you hit
It's right
Washington
near my
Park.
house. It's right on like 33rd and Lisbon.
Okay.
It's like 3 blocks from my place, and that's where Tracy works.
Right. Okay.
So there might be more caricatures coming at some point. I don't know. I'm trying to actually figure out what I'm going to do next in terms of a project. I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, it worked out really well. It was great. Everybody was happy. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, Misha, these are so great!" And I'm just like, "Oh my God, thank you so much!" And because what we all talk like when we're at these events is like, "Oh my God,
Because it should be like that.
oh my God, I'm so excited! Oh my God, I'm so excited too! Oh my God!" Like, yeah, it was a lot like that. But thank you for asking.
Oh,
it
no.
was a splendiferous good time.
Hell yeah.
Um,
With that, no.
wait,
I farted.
He almost did it. But with that being said,
but with that,
So what
I
is
farted.
happening next week? We'll figure it out. Actually, next week we have two participants in the show, the Night of the Living opera.
right. They'll explain it a lot better than me, considering one of them wrote the damn thing.
Right. We have Josh and Julianne Perkins.
Right.
That's right. So it's going to be a great time. And Misha, I can't wait to tell you about this thing I'm going to tell you about when this is over because
Right now it's over.
Because I need a cliffhanger. Next week on Sorta Ridiculous. My name is Darrin.
My name is Misha.
And I'm Billy Ray.
Brandon! Catch you mofos next week.
Bye.